Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really stark warning about artificial intelligence. And what makes this so wild is that it's coming from the very person who helped bring it into the world. This is the story of a creator's regret. Yeah, this single sentence, it really captures this dramatic, almost cinematic turn of events. It's the story of a creator confronting his own creation, a pioneer who now feels he has to warn all of us about the path we're on. So to really get why this warning carries so much weight, you've got to understand the person delivering it. Who exactly is the man they call the Godfather of AI? Okay, let's be super clear here. Geoffrey Hinton isn't just some expert with an opinion. His work on neural networks, it's the very foundation of the AI we all see today. And that Turing Award, that's basically the Nobel Prize for computing. So yeah, when this guy talks, the entire tech world stops and listens. Which leads us to the million-dollar question, right? Why would a guy who spent his entire life building this technology suddenly turn around and warn everyone about it? Well, in 2023, he made this huge decision. He left a top job at Google. And look, it wasn't because he was mad at the company or anything. He did it so he could speak freely, so he could warn the world about what he saw coming. It was a total act of conscience. And you have to understand, for him, this isn't just some academic debate. It's personal, deeply personal. He's literally talked about the deep regret he feels now about his life's work. It's taken on this whole new and frankly urgent cautionary tone. All right, so what exactly are these dangers he's so worried about? Well, it's not just one thing we can point to and fix. He actually describes it as a cascade, where one problem just triggers the next and the next. And he's not being vague about it either. Hinton lays out 6 specific, deadly threats that he says AI poses to us right now. But the scariest part? They don't just happen in isolation. They can build on each other. And this is where it gets really chilling, because you can see how these threats could chain together. So, you start with AI-powered election interference. Boom, you've got social chaos everywhere. In all that confusion, someone uses AI-driven cyber attacks to go after, say, the power grid. And then the final step? You deploy lethal autonomous weapons, robots making life-or-death calls with zero human oversight. You see how quickly that could spiral? These things don't just happen in a vacuum. They feed off each other. And, beyond that specific chain reaction, the other immediate risks are just as scary. We're talking about massive job losses, AI being used to cook up new bioweapons, not to mention making the wealth gap even worse and just flooding our world with misinformation. But this is where it gets really, really sobering, because Hinton actually puts a number on it, the ultimate risk. He says there's a real 20% chance, a 1 in 5 shot, that this technology could lead to human extinction. Coming from the guy who built it, that's not sci-fi. That's a very real, very present danger that he says we have to face right now. Okay, so all of this brings up a huge fundamental question, right? If these systems get so powerful, why can't we just, pull the plug? Why can't we just control them? And this next part, this really gets to the heart of the control problem. See, we humans, we learn individually, and it's slow. If I learn something amazing, I have to take the time to teach it to you. But with a digital superintelligence, you can have thousands, even millions of identical copies. And the second one of them learns something new, they all learn it instantly. It's like a shared mind, learning at a scale and speed that is just completely alien to our squishy biological brains. So where does all this leave us? It kind of builds to this final, really profound philosophical question. As this tech just keeps getting more and more powerful, it forces us to ask, what's our place in the world? What are we even for? And that's the question Hinton leaves us with. Think about it. For centuries, machines replaced our muscles. Now, for the first time, something is coming along that could replace our minds, our intelligence. So if the two things that have always defined us, our physical strength and our brain power, are no longer unique, what's left? What does it even mean to be human anymore? It's a question that goes way beyond technology, and, well, it's a question we all have to figure out.